So you see that these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines that I drew here are actually the block of the code that we are actually going to use for the function. The first one and the last one are slightly different, and I will explain very soon. But you see that they all have this pink color, which means what is pink is the function itself, so it performs certain action. And again, there is a block here that is pink, which will very soon be the name of the function, and plus we have something at the beginning and something at the end of the header of an implementation of a function. So when we want to define a function, the diagram is going to look something like this. And now let's go a bit deeper. So as I told you, we need to have a name of a function, and just like with variables, we are using the camel case, so the function names should always start with a lowercase letter, then every other word should start with a capital, and you want to give a function a meaningful name. So you actually want the function, if you read the name of the function, you want to know what does it do inside without actually reading the source code of the function. That's the name. Again, you never use any special characters, you never start with a number, you never use the underscores because that's not the way they work in Java. They should look exactly like variables, and it actually makes sense. Why? The reason is that just like any mathematical function, also the programming or Java functions, they have something that we call a return value or a type or an output. So in mathematics, if you think about a function, that could be a formula or an equation that actually tells you if you change certain value of the x, something is going to happen to the y. So for example, in mathematics, a function could look something like y equals x. The x is a parameter. That's something that changes over time, and the y is the output. In this case, y equals x. If you draw a graph of such a function, you're going to have a diagonal through the space because the y value always equals to the x value. But this is something that you don't really have to keep in mind right now. But if this makes it easier for you, then think of a function or in programming very equally to a function in mathematics. What it actually means is that you can use a function to actually query or to ask for a certain value, which makes a lot of sense because you can have a function that does things for you. They can multiply, they can do other things for you. They simply take some kind of an input that is being defined in the parameters here, any sort of input. I will show you how very soon, but imagine that you just put the data in, something happens in the inside of the function with the data, and you make some kind of an output that is being ready for you to use outside of the function, and you just put it out, and you put it out in a certain data type as something almost as a variable, simply a value of a certain type, and you have to define what type it is going to be. So this is how you actually write a function. You name a type, you name a function name, and then you define the parameters. Then you make a curly bracket, and then you make all the content of the function, and then you make some kind of an output.